Welcome to our Cedar Ridge Market Update webinar. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties in Park City. We're going to take a look at the Cedar Ridge market and see what has been selling. But before we do, I want to give you a quick overview of the Park City real estate market. Over the past 12 months, there's been 1,444 sales in Park City, and that consists of homes, condominiums, and vacant land. That's all real estate brokerages combined. That's up 10% or 135 sales from the same 12-month period the year before. When we break it down, we see homes, condominiums, and vacant land, and you can see that the home sales are actually up by about 4% from 496 sales to 516 sales. Now we're looking at the period of time of November 2014 through October 2015. That's depicted by the red bars, and the gold bars are the 12-month period the year before. Biggest increase is in condominiums, where we saw a 24% increase from 594 sales all the way up to 738 sales. Condos became hot. And then in the lot market, vacant land here, we see a drop from 219 sales to 190. It's actually a 13% decrease, but I don't want you to draw the conclusion that that means that people lost interest in vacant land. It's more an indicator that there was limited supply of good lots available and consequently fewer transactions and sales. But let's turn our attention to prices. When we consider prices, starting with home medium sold prices, I'm now breaking it into those within the Park City limits and those in the Snyderville Basin. You can see that prices have increased within the Park City limits from a medium sold price of $1,300,000 all the way up to $1,450,000, a nice $150,000 or 12% increase. In the Snyderville Basin, we see also a healthy 13% increase, with the medium sold price rising from $768,000 all the way up to $865,000. Condominiums also rose. In the city, they rose by about 6% from a median price of $535,000 all the way up to $565,000. But we saw a more substantial increase in the Snyderville Basin, 16% increase, with the price climbing from $339,500 all the way to just under $400,000, $395,000. So nice increase there with a good sampling of properties. The lot market, we see prices increased in the city limits. It rose from $550,000 all the way up to $675,000 for the medium sold price. That's a 23% increase. Now, I do need to point out that we're dealing with such a small sampling there that I don't want you to believe that there was a 23% increase across the board. You could have last year, for instance, a home in a superior location to homes the previous year that sold, or with unobstructed views of the resorts, and that could account for a 20% difference. Those factors alone with a limited supply. There was, however, a larger supply to sample from in the Snyderville Basin, where we did see an accurate 17% appreciation from a medium sold price for vacant land, $300,000, climbing $50,000 to $350,000. So that's nice. Good, healthy price increases across the board. Now, turning our attention to Cedar Ridge, what's been happening there? Actually, the number of condominium sales are down over the previous year's sales by 14%. This is actually just a 1% decrease. The year before we had 7 sales. This past 12-month period we had 6. Mathematically it's 14%, but it's a single sale. We now want to turn our attention to absorption rate. In Cedar Ridge, condominiums are selling at a pace of 1 sale every 61 days. We derive absorption rate by looking at the history of the rate of sales at Cedar Ridge and then factoring it into the past year, and then looking ahead at the current inventory and drawing whatever implications can be drawn there. So they're selling at a pace of roughly 1 sale every 2 months. Currently there's 1 Cedar Ridge condo on the market, which equates obviously to a 2-month inventory. I need to point out that according to the National Association of Realtors, a balanced market, equal number of buyers and sellers, so it's a good balance, in a fair market is about a 6-month inventory. In resort towns like Park City, balanced market is usually regarded as a 9-month inventory. So when we see a 2-month inventory or one Cedar Ridge available in the project, then it's a seller's market for all intent and purposes. Selling prices, sold prices for Cedar Ridge units over the past year have been anywhere from a low of $493,000 all the way up to $595,000, with the medium sold price being $583,000. That's an 11% increase over the previous value, so that's nice and healthy. It was $524,900. It's now $583,000. So it's nice to see that 11% appreciation at Cedar Ridge. Now, if you're interested in getting a printout of the condominiums that made up the data I just presented, very easy. Just send me an email at ron@thewilsteinteam.com, or you can send it to my colleague Doug at thewilsteinteam.com, and he'll send you that information. I do want to share with you real quickly how you can get information on the Cedar Ridge market whenever you want. We typically do these webinars about every 6 months, but you don't have to wait for a webinar. All you have to do is bookmark on your computer BuyParkCityRealEstate.com/Cedar Ridge, or thewilsteinteam.com/Cedar Ridge, and that would take you to a specific page we've set up on our website for Cedar Ridge property owners. Let me just show it to you real quickly. Here we are. Here's the Cedar Ridge condominium page, and you'll notice here that there's 2 buttons here. The green button is watch a webinar for an update on Cedar Ridge condominiums. In effect, that's what you're doing right now, watching it, and that would take you to a page so you could watch it again if you wanted to. The second button is the important one. Send me current sales data for Cedar Ridge condominiums. If you hover over that and click on it, it would take you to a page that is entitled Current Sales Data Request. Very simple. All you do, put in your address or your unit number, indicate it's a condo, obviously, number of bedrooms, bathrooms, and you get a pull-down menu so you can complete this whole form in less than a minute. Then include your first name and your last name along with your email address. If you want to receive our quarterly newsletter, then by all means include your mailing address here in the additional spots. And then in the comment box, indicate what you want. I want to update on Cedar Ridge sales, or I want to update on the Park City market, or anything that you want. Put it in there, and then just go down to the green submit form button here, click on that, and that form will come to myself, and I will then get you that information. Important thing to know is that when you request current sales data, there's no cost, there's no obligation, don't need to be selling your property, you can just be curious what the market's doing. We're here to provide you with current sales data whenever you want it, and that's how you get it anytime that you want. All right. As we wrap up now, let me just mention to you, by way of a reminder and an update, that Vail Resort's purchased Park City Mountain Resort, the Control Canyons Resort. They've now combined them into one resort, Park City Resort, and this past year they've invested over $50 million in improvements. Biggest improvement, or the one that's getting the most attention, is Quicksilver Gondola. It went up, and that's the lift that is going to connect the formerly two resorts into one. It's called Quicksilver, and it's going to open up some additional terrain to ski, so actually quite nice. Nice picture with the helicopter bringing in the equipment. It's amazing how they do that. But the gondola is up, it's running, they're testing it. It certainly will be up and running for the holidays, maybe before that as well. But nice to see that going. At the base of the Quicksilver gondola is the new Miners Camp restaurant, and it's the same base area for the Silverlode Express lift, so you can get to this brand new restaurant and check it out during this upcoming ski season. They also did a big improvement at King Kong lift. Used to be a 4-passenger lift, now it is a new 6-pack, so it will whisk you up the hill. Any bottlenecking that occasionally happened there should be mitigated that way, so that's good news. There's other improvements that they've been doing there, but I'm just highlighting on the key ones. Important thing to know is Park City Resort is scheduled to open November 21st. That, of course, is snow permitting, but we have had snowstorms. The weather's been cold. They're definitely making snow, so I expect that they will be opening for the 21st. And with that in mind, you ought to know about the Epic Pass if you don't know about it. The Epic Pass is a pass that Vail Resorts puts out. It is good at the Park City Resort, and it will allow you to ski or ride the 7,300 acres of terrain, enjoy the $50 million of upgrades. But that same pass, you can go over to Vail in Colorado. You can go over to Beaver Creek, Breckenridge. You can go to Perisher in Australia, another Vail Resort operated resort. Anywhere they have a resort, you can use that pass to ski and ride. So it's really great. The locals pass, you have to be a Utah resident, has some limitations. Can't necessarily use it between Christmas and New Year's and President's Week, a couple of days there. But save a couple $100 if you want that pass. If you want unlimited access or you're not a local, buy the Epic Pass and you can ski and ride a lot of terrain. Deer Valley is scheduled to open December 5th. Conditions permitted. They, as you know, won't open unless they're totally happy with conditions on the mountain and the food service is up and running. And we love their food there at Deer Valley. Finally, I just want to conclude by mentioning that with all the improvements Vail's been making at the Park City Resort, we keep getting asked the question, what impact is this having on the Park City real estate market? And I'm not going to address that here in this webinar, but I did address it last month's October webinar, Market Talk webinar. So you can go to view BuyParkCity.com/Vail improvements and watch that webinar, and we spend a segment on the impact that those improvements are having on the real estate market. So if that's important, check that out. And then, of course, just a general reminder that you can watch our webinars at any time. Finally, if you want to learn what your Cedar Ridge property is worth today, really easy. You can call me up, but you can also go to our website, BuyParkCityRealEstate.com, scroll down to the section entitled Learn What Your Property is Worth, complete a very simple form there, or email me and I'll just take you to the page so you can see it. Here's the home landing page of BuyParkCityRealEstate.com. Scroll down past the Start Your Park City search, past some webinars and other properties, to the Learn What Your Property is Worth in Today's Market. There you'll find a very simple form, include your address, some details about the property. Scroll down, include your name, first and last name, email address, so we can obviously contact you, phone number, and then a little bit lower down you simply select this first choice under I'm interested in additional information. Click Contact Me for a free property value assessment. No cost, no obligation. We'll let you know what your property is worth. We'll contact you to get access, and it's good information. There's other offers that you may have an interest in. Feel free to check those, and of course click the green button, Submit Form. I'll get that and we'll get you that information. So any questions, don't hesitate to contact me either by email, ron@thewellsteinteam.com, or phone number, and happy to call you back if you want. Just let me know your phone number and I'll do so. And catch our monthly Market Talk webinar, always updated on the 15th. Then catch our Park City Market Talk webinar, always updated on the 15th day of the month. And if you want to get a reminder, let us know. We'll send you an email. And that's it. So thank you for watching this webinar. Hope you found it to be helpful, and hope to see you on the slopes. Bye-bye.